Hi, Vonda.
Hello, Queen.
We are live, and as you know, it's going to take people a minute to come on, but this is the
Yeah,
nightcap. We traditionally do it from bed, but we're both up
I'm working.
and working. um,
Hey, look how skinny my arms gone got.
I told you I signed up for a big girl, and now I got me this little skinny woman in my life. I don't know what's going on, but I guess I got to lose some too, so I can look like you.
Hey, it's just what it is. You know, eating different.
So, everybody, welcome to the nightcap. Traditionally, what Vonda and I do on here is just talk about our day and we ask you, how was yours? We like to go back and just revisit and appreciate the time that we have together. As everyone knows, Vonda has a diagnosis of cancer. She has bone cancer. It started out as breast, but now it reached her bones. And I'm just the old woman that's with her, living and, loving life together. So, y'all come on in. As y'all know, we are two entrepreneurs. We've created so many lanes here in Delaware. Vonda is an awesome advocate. I got the opportunity to see her do her thing yesterday, and I am proud of what you do and how you help the community. I am proud. I was just blown away. I've always believed that what you're doing now, you was always meant to do, even though you went into the advocacy world kicking and screaming because you wanted to just be you, be me, but being you is paying off.
Yeah. You know what was even more beautiful about that is this morning coming in to emails of people thanking me for training, doing that yesterday, and sharing a lot of my experiences. And I, it just felt good getting those messages this morning because I knew my Mondays are usually pretty busy, you know. And just seeing those, and then some more came through again after lunchtime. So those are what those things motivate you, the kind words that were said. And then I started getting text messages to my phone too. So I'm happy. Today was good. Yesterday was good. My whole weekend, Smack Day turned into a whole weekend. I needed that. Um, I pushed myself because by Saturday, I had to start using my cane. I started the day without it, and then Saturday, I had to use it. So I learned something new. I got to know my limit so I don't have to be. I mean, if I have to use a cane, I have to use it. But Saturday was a two-event day for me, um, you know, and so I just needed. And then Sunday, we just, breakfast was amazing. I just had the reason we went all the way to Dover IHOP is because I wanted some pancakes. Ah, oh man, my eyes are getting bad. Hey Sherry, I love
I
you
love
too,
you
Sherry.
too.
Mother Goose, that's Mother Goose right there. What's up? Big shout out to you as well, another survivor. But we drove all the way to Dover to get some pancakes, y'all. Baby, them pancakes was good though. Where's your breakfast good?
I'm not a breakfast person. It
I
was
know.
okay. For me, it was okay.
Yeah, but I could do breakfast for lunch, breakfast for dinner. I just love breakfast.
Okay. Yeah,
But
that's true about you. I'm just breakfast is not my thing. I just started eating breakfast since I met you. That was just never my thing. Give me something to drink in the morning and let me go.
yeah, and then we're sitting here in this house. She in one office. She's in her office. I'm in my office. Of course, y'all see her background is beautiful. I don't need all that. She, you know what I mean? All the you should really see the whole office. Mine, I like things close to me, so I don't have to be getting up and moving around. You know what I'm saying? And got my plaque, my golden record up there. But babe, I'm like very happy. Team Smack, what up, C Brew?
Oh,
Yeah,
here goes Seabrew talking about breakfast
breakfast
24/7.
24/7.
No, 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 no. Breakfast should be the healthiest meal. Well, hers wasn't healthy.
Well, my grandmother always told me breakfast is the most important meal of the day. That's your brain food.
No.
My grandmother always said that. And we as kids always believed that. And that's why, if you, my brothers, we always are eating, we talk about breakfast heavy because we were just taught that that's the most important meal of the day. We were never to go to school without breakfast or eating something, a piece of fruit, a boiled egg. I mean, that's just how we was taught.
No,
You
I'm a
know?
rebel. I don't like breakfast.
And
Um,
said he loved that answer. Yeah.
so since we on here, I first off, I just got finished running a podcast called the Boss Ladies Lounge on for HOP, which is the House of Peach. It's our female empowerment nonprofit that we founded. Yes,
Yeah, it's also on our network, Plug
yes,
Studio.
it's also on the network.
Yeah,
Mike and I, we do a lot of things that I don't think anyone really realized the kind of information that we put out here. So if you are a female or male, because we do have men on there, tune in and watch. It's a lot of great information. If you're looking to become a business owner or just looking for a way to deal with the issues in life, with life in general. I wanted to take the time because since we had the weekend of smack and you love the appreciation, I want to say shout out to April and Morgan and I thank them for carrying this show for us because when we initially decided to do it, we didn't want to be the face. We're always the face of every initiative that we create,
yeah,
and it feels great to have two strong, great voices outside of ours. So shout out to April and Morgan going strong for 2 years
yeah,
and inspiring so many. A woman came on tonight named Avani, someone that she probably was lurking in the shadows watching Hop, but she's just now getting comfortable 2 years in, and she said thank you. I really enjoyed the stream. I really enjoyed the information.
that's
So
good.
shout out to April and Morgan for getting the content, seeing our vision, and shout out to you Smack for always supporting and believing in the things that I come up in my wild and wacky mind, because we're both entrepreneurs and If you about that life, then you already understand that you're always coming up with ideas. And if you are an advocate at heart, you're always trying to improve the conditions of the world. So that
Yeah.
is what our life is about, helping people.
Yeah. Um, I love the podcast, House of Peach, the Boss Ladies Lounge. Um, I really appreciate Morgan and April. I mean, they've been with us since I've been fighting, and I appreciate them carrying that torch, and we now also have Warrior Speak. Thank you for allowing us to bring that on House of Peach too. Big shout out to the board of voting that in because it's something that was on my bucket list, and we're getting a lot of feedback from that as well.
Yes.
And unfortunately, we are every other week because two of us are fighting still. Our energy is just not there to do it every week. So, and then we're doing other things during the week with other orgs around breast cancer or legislation, data research. And so we're a little tired. So we appreciate you guys voting on allowing us to be on there every 2 weeks because I know how you are. You really like a every week thing so you can brand it. But I appreciate you guys voting, that way. And
Don't
one
forget
thing,
Heather. We
oh
don't
yeah, Heather, uh, you
shout
guys,
out to Heather
yeah,
for
shout out
the
to Heather.
She's understood empowerment Zooms.
Kind of
They're
ate my
great.
memory.
Yes, she has. Shout out to Heather. She is a life coach that resides in Delaware, and she has signed on, and she does monthly Zooms that are very, very just impactful. She has great information. She
Hmm.
speaks upon how to change your life in general before you can even become anything in life, before you could become an entrepreneur, before you could become a music artist, before you could become anything that you imagine. You have to do the self work. And I really appreciate her donating her time, putting her energy to getting this information out to everyone. So I think
Yeah.
we've been very fortunate and lucky.
I for, remind me we need to talk about something because we have an opportunity to put these shows on another platform. I just remind me to talk to you about that tonight through iHeart, and I can't remember it all. It's in an email. Just remind me, okay?
Okay.
Comes from me networking with other people, and any opportunity we can get, definitely want to, put it out there, and if we could take advantage of it. Um, I just want to, I appreciate you. You know, um, just being patient with me because I've been aching a lot, and and it comes in the middle of the night, and I did not realize I was waking you up. So I want to say sorry, but I appreciate you being patient, trying to put me into a better mood when my days seem a little, down. You pick me up, and I appreciate that.
Anytime, I like I've always told you from the beginning, whatever I decide to do, I go in it with my full heart. So if I'm gonna be your partner, then I'm gonna be your partner. If I'm gonna be your friend, then I'm gonna be one hell of a friend. If I can't be everything that I need to be, then I don't need to be there. You're supposed to
Right.
get to people's lives to enrich them, to help them to become a better person. If you
Uh,
becoming the worst, then you need to walk off because no one deserves the worst. This life is too heavy and too hard for all of that.
right.
So in the chat, if you want to come up on this live stream with us and chat, come on up. That's why we're doing a nightcap a little bit early, because we really enjoy this weekend being live. Smack and I used to be live all the time, but as responsibilities just kept rolling in, and we couldn't do it. We didn't have the time, so it felt great. So we figured, let's start back. Let's start having these conversation. People love to see us for some reason.
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna put a plug in right quick, hope you don't mind, because it's something that I really like. Unite Her. This is an initiative within the House of Peach. We are looking for gently worn business attire. Um, we are looking for gently worn business attire for women who may be transitioning into jobs and they may not have the means of going out buying a new wardrobe. And also for masculine centered women like myself, we're also looking for men's gently worn clothes as well. That business attire for those. Um, Brew got a question. We're gonna come back to it. I know you want to answer that, babe. Um, and so, if you have any of those things, inbox me or Queen or House of Peach so that we can arrange to pick those things up. Please, like we said, gently worn. Please, no dirty clothes. If you can wash them, I just got to put that out there. If you can wash them, that would be great. You are donating this. We have. Why are you laughing at me, babe? I'm keeping it real, just being honest. Um, we have a we have invested into a storage uh facility so that we can baby help me out because my short.
Okay, so we have invested in a storage space so that
Yeah,
we can house the clothing that we collect. Now, the goal with Ignite Her is to provide gently used clothing for free to
yeah,
budding female entrepreneurs, or if you just sent, you don't even have to be an entrepreneur. If you need clothing just for a job, just even if you just the type that want to just look good. We
yeah,
understand, feeling good equates to you doing good. So we
right.
want to be able to help you with that. Again, we always helping people. Along with that is our boutique, which we'll expand on because we've been sharing videos on all our social media platforms, and we'll kind of discuss that. But let me answer Seabrew's question. I want to get my podcast on TV or have my own Roku channel. Can you help me with that? Um, Having a channel is difficult because we actually own one.
Yeah,
um with a Roku channel, you have to have, I don't know how much content you have access to or how much content you create. That's going to play a major part with that channel.
yeah,
We had to run, what was it, in 2020 during the C word, we were running multiple shows, maybe
yeah. About four
about
shows.
four shows,
You
and you
gotta have a lot of
still needed
content.
more content. So, if you are interested, now don't let me detour you. Go ahead and go online and research it and find the best option, because there's multiple ways to do it. If you
Uh-huh.
feel like you could come up with the content, I say go for it. If you have the income to do it, because it is more expensive now than it was in 2020, and it's other measures that's less expensive if you are really good with a computer. So I say research it. Once you go through all of that and then you decide you want to do it, then go for it with it. And I say put out and try to get as much content as you can or create your own content. That's where
Yeah,
the issue
but
comes in.
with
But
four channels, we still didn't have enough content, right?
we did not. Now,
Shows.
I don't know what your timing is because even with this content, you got to promote it. You got to keep it running. Like we were running shows every week, like clockwork, on top of
Yeah.
our 9 to 5. So, but if you don't want to do that option and you want to work with us and you say, hey, that's a lot, let me just stream, you can actually stream with us. We are always looking for
Uh-huh.
content. So
We
you
have a
just
YouTube
reach out.
channel too. That's important. You got to have that YouTube channel because you have to have something to pull your content from.
Actually, no, not YouTube. You gotta have
WordPress.
no. What was that other streaming platform that's very expensive?
Oh,
Oh, I can't remember.
the one with the duck.
No, that's something different.
All right, I can't remember, but yeah, Sebrew definitely set up a one-on-one with my queen and maybe or send her a message and she can send you some information. Um,
I can't remember it. I was just on there.
yeah, we getting older, but my
Yeah, but
short
I know it's about 2 grand a year
two
for this
thousand.
for
Yeah,
this particular sort of, it's like YouTube, but I can't remember the name of it.
maybe we were trying to do our own channel, but you may want to go with someone who maybe already has all of that, so you ain't got to worry about it. All you got to do is send them your show, Sebrew. Stream on their network if you're
Yeah,
trying to be Roku.
yeah. Because
Uh,
that channel
and
stuff
most
is
of them want you to have three. They want you to have a month of shows already.
all righty. See,
All
Bruce
right.
said, oh, you guys are so beautiful. Thank you. Our relationship is beautiful. Thank you. We
Thank
work on it all the time. It's
you.
it's you got to decide to be committed and you got to decide to work on it and you got to have multiple conversations. She's the conversationalist, me not so much. I've learned through the years to become that in order to be able to function in this relationship.
So let's talk about what we got going on out here in this driveway. We trying to pull up.
Yep. See, Bruce say I have way more than enough. Okay.
Okay.
Well, then I say shoot for the channel. The
Yeah.
channel gotta have content, sort of like it'll run sort of like Netflix, where you can go on and the person has to be able to, just click on. It's like a Netflix, or you could have it stream live. Either way, whatever works. Where am I? Oh, there you go. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Look, you see her? This is our life. We could be laying in bed right now, the phone will ring, and it'll be something, an opportunity, or somebody needing assistance with something.
I'm gonna call my brother back after we're done here. Yeah, they have a question. Um, I want to also, while we're here, let's get into. Yeah, we want to pull up with the with the boutique. We have a mobile boutique. If you own your house, or it has to be private property, right?
Yes.
If you own your house, you want us to pull up and you want to shop on our boutique, let us know. We'll pull up with the truck and in the back we got the boutique that we pull, because that's the way things are starting to go. I love my girlfriend's idea. She thinks out of the box. People are doing a lot of shopping. I mean, they do it online or they know friends or we can bring the boutique to you since You don't want to go to the mall, and everybody ain't in the mall like that no more. I don't know how much longer that's going to survive, but just let us know and we'll pull up. You know what I mean? You're doing a girls' party, and y'all, let us know. We'll pull up, but y'all will soon be seeing this beautiful creation all throughout Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, New Jersey. We're going to be going everywhere. But if you want us to pull up to your house so that you and your girls y'all can do shopping, we're trying to figure out an incentive program for those who we pull up to your house and say you got your grandmom, your mom, your sisters and cousins all there wanting to shop. If you set that up, we're thinking up an incentive to give you. But our launch, you guys are gonna love it because, can I say it or nah? Maybe talking too much.
At this point, you can, but I just want to interject with
All
the
right, go ahead.
description of Peach Boutique. Basically, what it was. Again, everything about us is being in service to others.
Hmm.
So the idea for Peach Boutique and the reason why it's mobile is to help people. I am in the healthcare industry by day. I encounter tons of people that have mobility issues. So that's one of the reasons. Being that I am in the community that I am in, the LGBTQ plus, I encounter people that suffer from dysphoria. And then, as just being a woman, a lot of times we have shopping anxiety, which is not spoke about too much. So it may not be common for a lot of people. So I personally wanted to be able to accommodate and address those issues. So hence Peach Boutique, the mobile shop was created. We wanted to be able to provide door to door services so that people wouldn't have to leave their home to go out and purchase clothing. Clothing for me is essential. Is an essential part of who I am. If I don't feel like I look good, I don't feel good in the inside. And when I see other people displaying those negative feelings, I don't like it. It makes me feel uncomfortable. So I just wanted to do something about it. And that's, the premise of Peach Boutique. Um, as well as we service everyone else, you can actually shop with us. But that was just the premise of it, to help people in a medical sense, I guess, to relieve some of the medical issues that women go through, community members go through, the elderlies go through. So you can go ahead, Smack, and tell the rest. You are mute.
Thank you, babe. Well, when we launch, we'll have a day. Tell y'all where we're pulling up, and it's coming very, very soon. But we're starting off with a what, $25 sale.
If not 20.
It may be 20. She's still thinking. I let her think about all that. You know what I mean? I can't. You know what I mean? That's her. But it may be 20, 25, or $20 sale. We also have a location in Hagerstown as well. Uh, there is at an I forget the name, Hagertown Outlet. I can.
Hagerstown Outlet.
Yeah.
So we dipped our toe in the industry first. We
Uh,
decided to put it in a on consignment the products to see if our customer base would grow, to see if anybody would be interested of, because of course we're selecting these outfits and not everyone has the same taste, but it seems like it's doing well. We actually got a little brief review from someone, and that was a shocker because I didn't even realize it was up there because we're still pulling things together. um
uh, We've been working and grinding.
Yes, and we've also done giveaways. We gave ourselves the year. People seem to be interested. So I'm like, okay, let's move on to the next step, which is the goal to help other people become the best them or feel great about who they are and themselves through fashion. So I'm good. Another thing that you didn't mention about the boutique,
Uh-huh.
um, we want it to be affordable. So
Uh-huh.
even if you miss the $25 truck sale, it's always we're always going to provide the opportunity to give back. And how we plan to do this is if you have gently used business clothes, which goes back to how
Mm-hmm.
bring them to the boutique. Limit is five, 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 five. They have to be business center attire. Bring them to the boutique, and you will get that $5 off towards something new. And your old clothes, we will thank you for them, and we'll use them and get them out to the community, which is essentially a tax write off for you, and that's through our nonprofit House of Peach.
Yep.
So again, we are always, it's not about us generating money off for you. It's always us earning and giving back. And that's how life should go. Great relationships are supposed to be, what is it? Function in a cipher or a circular, go back around. It shouldn't just go one way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we always are looking to give back to the community.
Yep. Um, I want to say, I want to give a shout out, if you don't mind, Queen.
Go ahead.
Shout out to every artist who checked in with me in the past couple of days. You know, um, Bricks was a part of my team. I don't know if people know that my Get Well team. I got my sisters in Christ. Bricks was one of those motivators. He could text me, and I'm like, bro, you always texting at the right time. How you know I was sitting here in pain? And he just texts me to put me in better spirits. He and I motivated each other, and to hear and to see that on Facebook, it really hit me kind of hard. You know, so young, so full of life. But I'm glad that he and I got to share some time together after his heart transplant and me coming out of the hospital with my situation. We did get to spend time together, and I know he's up in heaven, and he's entertaining. I hope he find grandma for real, and I know he's up there entertaining them. Just a superstar. Actually, one of my favorite Delaware rappers, to be honest. And I'm gonna miss him, but I do appreciate every artist who really like text me, checked in, let them know that hey, I'm gonna step in for Bricks because I know what you meant to Bricks, and I know what Bricks mean to you. I thought that was just so nice. Y'all make sure y'all keep his family, his children in prayer, and this is a tough one for the music industry in Delaware. And I just wanted to put that out there and thank everybody. And I'm definitely praying for Brooks's family.
Yeah, prayers to his family. Don't he sing my song? We gotta grind till there's nothing left.
Yep,
And that's my motivation. I'm
yep,
grinding
that's
till
my
it's nothing
song. You
left.
can't have that song. That's my song. I got it on repeat, but yeah, that's him. And today, I let Patrick know, and he wants me to do an article and put it in the newspaper. So I'm going to reach out to his family, and I think I already have Bricks's bio. He sent it to me a while ago, and just going to put that into the magazine, and it'll be at all Books a Million stores.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that.
Shout out to Bricks. He is another person that actually used to tune into the nightcap and
Yeah.
bust it up with us with the
As
great.
he said, he busted up. You know what I mean? Telling us he appreciate us, and oh man, just motivating us. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss those text messages, the phone calls. I'm gonna miss all that. I got videos though, plenty of videos that I recorded of him performing. So yeah,
Yeah. R.I.P.
I
bro.
don't want to get sadder than what I am and stuff.
No, don't get sad. You celebrate, celebrate, celebrate.
Yeah,
Yep. So let's talk a little bit about, okay, so this weekend we have done so much in
we
since
got.
Friday.
Let me
All
tell you.
right.
Let's talk about the fashion show.
You know, before we get there, can we talk about your training and just speak to people about if you're gonna how to protest, right? If you're going out protesting, please wear a mask. I know, Vonda, you're like it's optional, but we're still in COVID season.
Yeah.
Still got okay, because medical community, right? I get bulletins, and
Well, you know I'm gonna have a mask on. I take my mask off when I'm in an open area, but when, like me, I took my mask off, but I had it and put it on when you're enclosed like that. There's a bunch of people because
yeah,
germs do
tight.
fly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're tight.
tight. You want to do that, and that's how it was up in Newark. They had close to 2,000 people out there, so I would hope people had masks on just to protect. And in Dover, we didn't have close to 2 grand.
Because the bird flu is running rampant.
Right. There you
COVID is still out here.
go.
And the reason why I'm harping on this is because of my experience with COVID last year. And I don't want anyone to end up in my situation. I know it gets worse. And I haven't shared my story with COVID, but
Mm-hmm.
I used to have better than 20/20 vision, right? I woke up and you know, for people that wear glasses that from youth, you wouldn't understand this. But to wake up one morning and have better than 20/20, and then 5 days later you have worse vision,
Yeah.
and then to go to the doctor on what day was that? Friday, and for them to tell you that your eyes is what did he say, 2100? That's very disheartening. That's sad. So I don't want anyone to have to experience what I experienced. Again, I never share my COVID story. Smack knows why. I am I'm on multiple podcasts and shows, and I kind of reserve my content for certain spaces. I hold on to it, but I haven't shared my story with that. But please, 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 this all if you're gonna go out there, I know it's multiple protests. Please be safe. Don't be sorry. I don't want you to be like me. I have lost my vision. It's not great. I went from 20/20 to 2100.
To
It's not
yeah,
great for me.
and wear bifocals. Yeah, put your business out there.
I don't wear bifocals.
You do got well, you got progressives. You gotta have a half. Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, going with you to that doctor's appointment, that really like cemented some things. You know what I'm saying? And your doctor's like, "What happened?
What happened to your eyes?
What happened to your eyes?" I'm like, "Yo, man, you the one. You, you the one that know that she had COVID. What you mean? That's what happened. You know what I mean?" We could. I was just like, okay, but he the doctor, so he know what it was before and what it was this time. And I'm like, wow,
Yeah, better than 2020 to 2100. Come on now.
yeah,
That's only
you
seeing
know,
two lines on the chart.
yeah. And so, if you are an organization that needs, and you're gonna be out there protesting, and you need to know your rights, um, hit me up so I can send you the ACLU link so that you can start setting up your training. We also have know your rights when being stopped by the police, a whole bunch of different know your rights categories. It's all on our website. But I do enjoy facilitating. That one yesterday was just amazing. Um, and it was great networking. So if you're going to be going out to, because there are going to be a lot of protests coming up, especially in Sussex County as well as Newark, and then there's national ones where everybody will be doing it across, the United States. I suggest, you be smart about it, and yes, wear a mask to make sure you don't catch a cold or the influenza. What is it? Help me, babe.
Oh, the bird flu.
Yeah, the bird flu or COVID or none of any of that. Just protect yourself. So that was good advice. I'm going to tell you. I want to talk about the protest I went to on Saturday. I was very upset that it wasn't more people that looked like me there. I was wondering why my people were not out there.
Can I give some reasons why?
I just want to know why black people were not. And
I got some
hold
reasons
on,
why.
hold on. Let me finish my spiel. Why we weren't out there? Because I was definitely out there, and I surfaced my speech. I got up there for 5 minutes and 24 seconds because I know black people who have Social Security, and without it, they cannot live. I know black people who have Medicaid. And another thing was there was an older generation out there. I know people who work at the post office, hands off the post office. The post is shut down. They want to shut down the post office. I know that people know about the money, the federal money that is not coming to Delaware now. I know that there's black people on welfare, that you may be losing your food stamps. I know people who have Medicaid. You may be losing all of that. And let me tell you, if you don't believe it, people power is a superpower. A lot of people can really make a difference in things that happen. And I need people to understand that. Protesting and demonstrations can be peaceful. This was all peaceful. You even had politicians, our legislators, out there talking to the people because they feel it as well. And they're trying their best to do what they got to do up in Legislative Hall. But I'm saying, my people, the next time that you hear there's a protest, I mean, if you care about those things, you need to be out there and get educated and let your voice be heard and march and protest, because those numbers will help change things. We saw where he won in one state that was red, in Philadelphia, in one of the cities in Pennsylvania that was red, that he won. That's how he won Pennsylvania. It is now turned blue. You feel me? That seat is up. So if this man was trying to do something so he can run again, it's not looking good for him, because the people that voted for him are upset because he's putting all their stuff at risk. So I need y'all to, think about this. But I was just wondering, Why my people weren't out there? And now my queen is going to tell me why.
Our people, number one, we keep saying our people as if we move in unison. We don't move like
I'm talking
that.
about people that look like me.
I know our people look like us.
Okay.
We would like to believe you're saying our people like we move in unison. We are not like that anymore. We haven't been like that since our grandparents' time and
Mm,
probably even before then, right?
right.
Another reason why our people aren't out there because it hasn't affected them yet. Let them get a little bit uncomfortable and then you'll start to see more of our people out there in the streets. And then when we get out there, it may be a potential for a riot because
Yeah,
we're
that
just
happened
that
in
bad.
Portland. That happened in Portland. And I'm telling you, anything with my name on it, we cannot be doing that. Why we want to mess up our own stuff? That's what I'm not understanding. I can understand during George Floyd they did that and people was mad. But this right now,
They don't believe it affects them. I was on a, I like to listen to different live streams
yeah,
and
yeah.
podcasts on YouTube or I'm all over the place just listening because I
Mm,
just like to be in tune with the people, right?
right.
It was a young woman on one of the podcasts that said, I don't care what Trump does to the stock market. I don't care if it drops
Thank you,
because
Bobby.
I don't have stocks. And I'm sitting there like she doesn't have stocks. So I was wondering what type of career or job that she had. She was working at some type of department store.
Hmm.
And I'm so glad that the content creator was thinking like me, like, where do you work at? Do you have a 401k? She said, yes. He said, well, bingo. It's affecting you. What do you think the 401k is?
Yeah.
401k has stocks in it. And
Yeah.
it changed the whole tune. So I think when it comes to our people, in certain areas, we were educated on certain things, so we can't put two and two together. Just like that woman, stocks don't affect me, but you got a 401k, it affects you. Her mom wasn't thinking like that. They're
You
taking
know,
Social Security. Well, I'm 20 years old. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But your grandmom does.
and you
Take
and
care of
you
grandma,
work, you're paying into it.
but they're not thinking like that. They're
If
thinking about self. This right now, this too shall pass. No, it may this too shall pass for you, but what about grandma? What about the millions of children that depend on Social Security with medical issues?
right,
You're not thinking.
they're not thinking at all.
You
You
know
know.
the
So,
tariffs part, which is just blows
oh
my mind. The
yeah.
tariffs,
I mean, well, we were in the store. What was it, Friday? And homeboy was really trying to get me to buy that jacket because probably in 3 months or so, prices in the store will be double because of the tariffs. America gets a lot of clothes from overseas.
right? But what people don't realize, especially if you're not an entrepreneur, again, another experience that our community, most of us truly aren't entrepreneurs. So you're not thinking, you're thinking, okay, he's saying the terrorists is going to go onto that country, but it don't work like that. It works simply like this as a small business owner, especially someone that sells products. Put the tariff on them. They raise the prices for you to buy it, and then the small business owner raise their prices, and it comes back to you.
Yep, that is so true. And if you think about it, and what you had told me earlier today about a certain number of stores of a certain brand, like it was in the thousands, going to be shutting their doors because of the stock market. Just think, okay, if we start off with 1,000. This is a major,
Lowe's.
okay, well, Lowe's. Just think if it start off with 1,000, then they got closed another 1,000 because they just can't make it. I mean, It's almost, and then grocery stores, some of them survive by people with food stamps. And if they get rid of the food stamps, I think we're going to see grocery stores close next. And then it's going to be at those who are rich that got money, just old money, just laying around. Those are going to be the ones to create the new grocery stores, and they're just going to be, raise prices. We don't have Lowe's anymore. It's forcing us to go to one other place, and hopefully they don't shut down, which is Home Depot. I think this is going to become a time where some businesses are going to be the only ones that offer that service. You feel what
Oh,
I'm saying?
it's a
Those
monopoly. I think
services,
it's gonna be a
like a
monopoly.
monopoly. Yeah,
Uh,
that's what I think. But yeah,
Hopefully things will get better, but for our people, we gotta wake up and realize. I understand, we wanna
yeah, because it's not
dance
directly
it
affecting.
away. We wanna dance it away. Okay. So I'm just gonna go down this line, right? Another reason why our people aren't concerned, and I hate to say this, but I gotta say it, right? It's the won't he do it mind state. Trump is doing this, but won't he do it? Uh Social Security. Nope, won't he do it? He gonna do it for us. We ain't gotta do nothing.
I
The
don't
homeless
understand how they
situation.
do
Nope,
it.
won't he do it?
Nah,
We ain't
that's
gotta do nothing. Won't he do it? And we gotta come out of that mentality.
yeah.
One thing I've learned over the years, right? And from my grandparents that raised me, right? You have to live life as if we all know we was created by the creator God or whoever, right?
Hmm.
What if, because God doesn't make mistakes, put everything in you that you needed to survive this wild and crazy world, because
Hmm.
you are his child,
Right.
and you're not taking what he gave you and utilizing it.
To its fullest
Instead,
potential.
you're waiting for him to do something, him or her, or whatever, the spirit, the ghost, whatever. And
Right.
this entity is saying, you're screaming, won't he do it? But I've already done it. I've already did it. I already gave it all to you.
Right.
My child, you got that creative spirit inside your body.
Yep.
Do it. Because when you did do it, I've done it.
I truly believe that everybody has a gift. Everybody has some special gift or slash talent that the creator has given them. And a lot of people are not tapped into it and using it.
Well, they're gonna have to. And I don't know Mr.
Tapped in
Trump.
mine.
I don't know Trump like that, but maybe he's doing all of this so that everybody could
Smell the coffee.
wake up and start being innovative.
Yeah.
But we ain't gonna go down that line, because then if we go down that track, and then whoever will watch this later, I don't want to offend people.
Yeah.
You know what? Forget
We're
it. I
not
will.
we're not trying to offend people, but if you are offended, it is what it is. We apologize because sometimes we all have to look at ourselves in the mirror. I was once there, but when you tap into to why you here and what your gift is, I'm telling you,
The
on a
thing is this: America, the America that he wants to make great again, wasn't it wasn't designed the way he believed it was. The
yeah,
reason why America was great, it was off the backs of slaves and um indigenous people of color, black people, whatever you want to call yourself, persons of color, right? We
right,
were the creators. We were the innovators, because we had to be in
right.
order to function in this society, right?
Chill.
And People like Trump just created the patent office. You create something, you don't have any rights. I'm going to patent it and I'm going to use it. I'm going to be resourceful for with it. And we're going to build this great nation. But once they have done so much to us, Jim Crow, segregation, just locking us out of different things and offering us free resources like welfare and just a bunch of free resources, we stop being innovative. We ain't have a reason to. So America, since we stopped being innovative, stop leading. All the other nations became great. China, they had to become resourceful.
Yep.
All these other countries, they killed the resourceful people. They killed us. They killed, not to say they killed us
Literally.
physically, but they did kill some of us physically. They just killed that innovative spirit in us, and now you're starting to see the results of that.
Uh-huh.
So maybe in my mind, maybe Trump, maybe he realizes that, or maybe he don't. Maybe he just felt like this one time period in his life was great, and we need to get back to that in order to be great again. But he's not maybe he don't understand the dynamics of the time and what was really happening.
Right.
So he's trying to get back to that. But
Enough. I don't like saying that name too much. The next morning you see executive orders.
okay, well, whatever. I'm just giving my opinion. It's like he's trying to startle us back into being creative, being innovative, and unfortunately, you done beat that out of us. Did this the way this system is set up? Y'all done beat it out. So now
Yeah.
you want to take all the resources and think that we're gonna wake back up and we're gonna jump into action. Well, we don't have the education. We don't have the resources. We don't. What do you want? Well, some of us don't.
All right.
So we're gonna see how this go. He would
Yeah.
have been better off giving reparations and figuring out and see what people might would have, did. Make print some of that money.
Right. Um, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Warriors Speak. You check us out right here where you're looking at us now. Warriors Speak will have special guest Lisa Wood, who is also a cancer survivor, stepping in to show your story, share her story. At 7 p.m., also on YouTube, Plug Studio Network will have it aired there as well. But what I do want to say to everyone is you are amazing,
Yep.
despite what it may look like. You are amazing. That's what I want to say to any of my people, my friends, or just the whole world that may be going through something. Keep that in mind. Despite what it looks like, you are amazing. You got to start affirming things into your own self so that you can continue to move through life. And that's what I do. With stage 4 cancer, that is what I do daily. You know, I can't sit and harp on cancer all day, every day. I still work. I still belong to several organizations. I am a board member to two other nonprofits. I sit on their executive board. I am also the president of one. And I say all that to say, if I can do what I'm doing every day, what's your excuse?
Well, my advice, I agree with you. Everyone is amazing, but I want to speak directly to people that look like me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's time for us to become resourceful. I think that we have to stop having that reactionary response. This happened. and then I'm going to do this. I think we got to start coming from a space of being thoughtful and prepared.
Uh-huh.
I would suggest that if you don't have a relationship with your family, this is the perfect time to start mending those bonds because you're going to need each other. There was once upon a time we all, I don't know, my family, they once lived in one house until they could build up their funds to actually get their own spaces. So build with your family because you're going to possibly need them. You're going to need them during this time. Even if it's not for monetary support, the moral support.
Yeah.
Start creating emergency plans. Let's just say something
Yeah.
happened in the neighborhood or something. If you have little children and this happened, meet me here. If that happened, I need you to do that. We got to just start being mindful. Um,
Uh-huh.
Even though I didn't grow up in the 50s and 60s, that's way before my time. But I've had the honor of my grandparents imparting a lot of wisdom to me and prepared me for these moments. So we have to be in great preparation. Um, Watch what's going on in the news. Be mindful of, like Smack will tell you. I saw a listing for a predator that moved in the area. This person looks similar to my son. With
Mm-hmm.
with Trump pushing these Jim Crow like segregation things, and it's some races out here that could potentially become a time bomb. So I'm putting in preventative mess measures for my son. Don't walk around the area by yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
walk with one of us. Don't do this. You got to be mindful. You're a young black boy. We don't want to live like that, but we have to. We got to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you also know that during that time, Smack. No, I watch all kinds of stuff. I've been watching that thing with the lawyer that talk about things that happened in the 50s and the 60s and how black people had to be mindful. Go back and look at some of those things. It was a lot of stuff going on that shouldn't have never happened, but because we so gentle and loving and kind, thinking that it can't happen, it can.
Yes, you
Did you
can.
know the what was the most recent lynching was in 2023?
Yeah.
You
That.
probably thought that was in 1960 something,
Right.
50, 40. So we got to get back to living in that time where we pay more attention.
All
Put
right.
them kids in street light. If it ain't daylight, I can't see you. I don't know what's going on. Nah, we gotta rein this in. We don't know how these cops coming. You saw George Floyd,
Yep.
and we see. Go on TikTok. Stay in the climate. I know you might not like social media, and I necessarily don't, but it keeps me in tune with how people think. What was that lady name they was looking for on TikTok? The one that said she was out here with a news.
Patty Smith.
Tiffany Smith. I'm out here with a noose and a rope, looking
Yep.
for the nearest tree. So be mindful. Be very mindful.
And know your rights. A
Know
lot
your
of
rights,
people
but be still, be mind. I don't care. But see,
you
back
call
then they knew their rights and they still stuff was still happening.
right.
Know your rights. Be careful who you invite into your home. Be careful of the people around you. Even on my job, man, I'm noticing it's like everybody's representative is just disappearing, and then the real them is just showing up on the surface. On the
Mm.
surface level, everything right now is under attack, and it's like everybody is just running around here believing that what they feel is the law.
Right.
And we know how that turns out for us. So just be mindful,
uh,
not to sound speechy or like I'm somebody's mother, but just be, just be. It's this time is just. I see people with their pickup trucks riding around with these old crazy flags on them.
uh,
Shoot, I'm afraid for you walking around, dress how you dress, even though you have the right to look how any way you want, but it also leaves a statement for people who are homophobic. It
uh-huh.
puts a target. Hey, they go one of them right there. And just imagine a woman that just not even in the community that dress like you. So we got to be careful. Travel in packs, travel together. Don't go out by yourself. Let somebody know where you're going. I know you grown, but let somebody know what's up. This world
Right.
is different, very different.
Yep. Well, want to close this out, Queen? Or was there something else you had on your mind?
I don't have anything. I feel like I said too much, but
Uh-huh.
it's something that needs to be said because it's no. I love y'all. Just and like I said at the top of the show, Smack and I have always been in service of others, and everything that we do is in service of people.
Mm-hmm.
And this climate calls for us to be in service of our people. Not to say that we can't help everybody else, but we
Right.
really got to be in service of our people because our people aren't really thinking. We too busy putting our boots on the ground. We got fans. We at the club. We doing everything. And I don't want us to wait for that George Floyd 2.0 to happen before we start thinking.
Right.
So that's all I got to say. Support everything that we do. Like Morgan said tonight, every business has a why, and our why is because we love you and we're always trying to improve things. Support everything. House of Peach, www.houseofpeach.org. If you're in the LGBT community or you are ally, which is a person that supports us and want us to be here, and you are concerned about our well-being, go to imecorp.org. If
Mm-hmm.
you trying to get information about the boutique, everything is not finalized, but you could go to www.peach, that's peach with two e's, two a's, ch.boutique or .com. But we're
Right.
going to be out here being innovative, motivated, and doing our thing and trying to maintain our family and hopefully getting information out that can help yours. That's all I got.
All right.
Anything you got to say?
Nah, I don't have anything to say other than thank you to everyone. Continue to support us. We are not done yet. And stay tuned for what you're about to see. And I just want to tell people like, yo, sometimes it doesn't hurt to write your feelings down. Mental health is real. Write down what you're feeling. Um, if you don't feel comfortable telling it to somebody, start journaling. All right. You could catch me everywhere. Just put in Smack, first name Bondelier. You'll find me. Or Fight Like Smack and Plug Studio Network. You'll find me. House of Peach. You'll find me. All right. I thank y'all and everybody have a good night.
Good night, y'all. We appreciate y'all. Bye.